Hi Taurus, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your small story reading for the month of December. So small stories are more specific glimpses into what might be going on in your life as opposed to the monthly big shift readings that are more overarching for the entire month. These are hoping to zoom in on something specific going on for you. So for these readings, I choose a book off of the shelf. I will read a passage to you that I turn to at random that seems to want to speak to you. All right. And then we will go into cards and expand upon that story. So for you, Taurus, I love that this book wanted to come forward. This is called Job's Body. All right. It's a handbook for body workers. All right. This is from my massage days. And so immediately I'm like, okay, we're dealing with the body. Interesting. Now there's something specific here about Job's body. The book of Job in the Bible, the story of Job, is one of someone who has experienced immense pain and discomfort in their life. Job just experienced that externally as well as internally, physically. Pretty much in every area of Job's life was uncomfortable and difficult up until a certain point. Okay, so that's sort of the mythos behind this title that we are working with. And this is a handbook for body workers on how to approach the body that is in pain, the body that is in distress. And the passage that I randomly turned to here is all about the skin, the chapter all about the skin as a sense organ. And we're starting here with the title of this chapter, which of course I've drawn on here. It says the mother of the senses. And already I was tipped off like, oh man, here we go. The mother. Taurus, I keep picking up on this like motherhood or pregnancy energy or parenthood energy from Taurus. And I know a few Tauruses that are surrounded by babies, but wow, y'all. It's like mystifying me. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read this to you. The mother of the senses. Touch is the chronological and psychological mother of the senses. In the evolution of sensation, it was undoubtedly the first to come into being. It is, for instance, rather well developed in the ancient single-cell amoeba, the sense of touch. All the other special senses are actually exquisite sensitizations of particular neural cells to particular kinds of touch. So even the other senses are just neural cells reacting in a touch-based way to create the other senses. They give examples: compressions of air upon the eardrum creates hearing, chemicals on the nasal membrane and taste buds, photons on the retina. You get it. In the human embryo, I know, more baby stuff, the sense of touch develops in the 6th week when we are less than an inch long. Light stroking of the upper lip at this time causes a strong withdrawal, a bending back of the entire neck and trunk. Touch, more than any other mode of sensation, defines for us our sense of reality. As Bertrand Russell observed, not only our geometry and our physics, but our whole conception of what exists outside of us is based upon the sense of touch. They go on to talk about the dictionary definitions of touch. They say even painting, art for the eyes, and music, art for the ears, can touch us deeply. No other sense gives us so much of the world. Helen Keller and Laura Bridgman, after all, spent their lives blind and deaf. Their remarkable educations and achievements were accomplished through mainly the medium of touch. We can compensate for blindfolds, earplugs, and nose plugs with relative ease, but the blockage of all tactile sensations produces a profound and unresolvable disorientation, one that could rapidly lead to psychosis. Okay, so essentially we are looking at touch as being so important for human development and the maintenance of human emotional and physical regulation. We need touch. Maybe I'm talking to a Taurus who is touch deprived. And let me tell you, Tauruses may need more touch than the average zodiac sign. You know, I'm not surprised to see this text want to specifically speak to Taurus, because that makes perfect sense to me. You all are sensual signs, meaning you experience the world sensorially with your senses, with your five senses. You love to taste good food, to feel comforted and nourished. And such a huge part of that for humans is through touch. So I'm just wondering if maybe I'm speaking to someone who has not had that touch in a little while, or regularly. Interesting. Let's table it and go to cards and see if we can expand on this. The Bear, as the Queen of Pentacles, is already at the bottom of the deck here. And to me, the Queen of Pentacles is very much like mother, caretaker, parent energy. I'm just like, oh my God, Taurus. Wow. All right. What's the small story here for Taurus? 3 cards for Taurus, please. One more. Or was that 3? Hold on. Okay, it was 2. One more for Taurus. Flip? Fake out. We're using the Wildwood Tarot today, by the way. Okay, you got 4. Taurus, 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 Taurus. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. And let's see where this story goes. I'm going to unfold it together here. Okay. We've got healing, the 7 of Stones. We've got the Kingfisher, the King of Arrows. The Ace of Cups. The Waters of Life. And the 8 of Stones, skill. Check that, make sure I got it. 7 of Stones, King of Arrows, Ace of Vessels, Waters of Life, 8 of Stones, skill. Yeah. King of Swords, for you tarot folks. King of Swords, 7 and 8 of Pentacles on either side, and the Ace of Cups, and the King of Swords in the middle. What I'm seeing here, Taurus, is that you are working to build something here. Flanking your reading, we've got healing and skill. I'm seeing you setting the stage. You're like creating a space to do this healing work. You're working, toiling away over here at something, working at creating a space for someone to heal. I mean, that's exactly what's happening in this card. The Green Woman, right? The magical feminine principle here is showing up from the Wildwood, holding a space for someone who needs healing. I think that's you, Taurus. I think you're holding the space for someone who needs healing, and you're using great skill to do that. Maybe you are in the healing arts. Maybe this is part of your work, is helping people on a healing journey. I mean, God, the text that came out is from Job's Body, which is a body worker text, a massage therapist text. So I'm just wondering if I'm speaking to someone else here in the healing arts who is using touch to heal. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, earth energy. But then in the middle, we've got 2 cards showing water The Ace of Cups. And the energy I get from the Ace of Cups is also like, it's the watering hole where everyone is drawn to with this, this constant flowing fountain. When the rains are plentiful, the fountain flows with clean, clear water, and all of the animals come to this place to drink and to feel the renewal of life, of their life force, which water is an integral piece for that. And again, I'm getting that that's you, Taurus. That you are this like space holder for healing. You are creating this watering hole, this place where everyone seems to come to you for healing and help on their journey and nourishment and maybe like emotional satisfaction, with the Ace of Cups. You are like this raw, essential piece to everyone else's health and well-being around you. And then there's this Kingfisher, which to me looks like so the Kingfisher is remarkable for its precision and its ability to dive very precisely. It can exist in water as equally as it can exist in the air. It is this bird of two worlds, the bird of both worlds. Also interesting, all sexes of the Kingfisher are decorated in rainbow feathers. And that's not true for all species. So that's a really interesting thing here about the Kingfisher. And so there's a precise dive. There's a precision happening with this Kingfisher. And it's almost like they're diving into this pool. You see that? It's like the elk, is that an elk? Looks like the elk is here, the swan is here, everyone's coming to the watering hole, including, and now here comes the Kingfisher diving in with something. It's like something, the King of Swords in the tarot is all about telling the truth. It's an outward expression of the truth. There's some sort of truth very specifically and precisely and expertly being communicated here, diving in to this wellspring. The Ace of Cups is a wellspring. It is like the fountain of youth. It is the life-giving waters that keep the heart nourished. And there's something here, a truth coming in, I think, about how to keep your heart and your emotions and your body nourished while you are toiling away at this healing work. Helping others heal in some capacity, caretaking in some capacity, because remember, we saw the bear as well, that Queen of Pentacles, which is you, Taurus. Okay. Very, very, very true, I think. Very true that Taurus can very easily be this rock, this caretaking rock for other people and hold space for others. And the Kingfisher's coming in with some sort of very specific, precise message, and I'm not sure what that is. We'll get into that in the extended and see what that message is really about here. Okay, but before we do that and start digging into this reading, let's get a fairy card for you. Brian Froud's Fairies. Some fairy guidance for Taurus here in this small story. Fairy guidance for Taurus, please, as part of this small story. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, we got Gotcha and the Singer of Healing. I mean, healing, Taurus, what's going on? Who's healing? Gotcha, and Singer of Healing. So there's something here about the Gotcha card. It can look a little bit scary, but it's not necessarily. It's just a card that is talking about surprises. Like, and this is sort of what I feel from the Kingfisher energy. It's like something's coming in quickly. Maybe something unexpected, some unexpected news or unexpected truth, unexpected communication, something like that coming in precise, almost like, I mean, I almost wanted to say the Kingfisher is like surgical in its precision, you know? So it's like it cuts like a knife, and the King of Swords literally holds a knife. So there's a sword, you know, there's something here about something cutting through to dive down and get something under the surface. And it's coming through somehow as this gotcha energy, like something surprising. And again, that doesn't have to be something bad. It could be something surprising coming in that brings healing. Or it could be something coming in that's surprising and requires extra healing as a result. The Singer of Healing, which is such a beautiful thing to see here with this healing card. I mean, look at that. Healing energy. It's like someone is, you know, I know a Taurus who's helping someone to recover from surgery, you know, or maybe you yourself, Taurus, are recovering from some sort of, you know, health thing that you're going through, but there's definitely healing here in a very tangible, physical body type way. It feels that this is all about your body. And, you know, going back to this reading in the very beginning, it seems that perhaps the sense of touch is the catalyst for bringing this healing. Something about hands-on healing might be very important for you at this time. Again, you could be a body work and maybe you're the one offering hands-on healing, if you're a body worker or a caretaker in some way. But there's something here about remembering the importance of touch, whether you are giving care to someone else or whether you are receiving care yourself. And I would also argue that if you are giving care to someone else, you need care for yourself. Need it. It is a non-negotiable. Your own healing needs to be prioritized, and that could happen perhaps, since that passage came through, touch. Get the touch you need. Get the hugs, the extra hugs from your loved ones and your friends. Ask for touch if you need that. Hey, you know, call your friend up. Would you mind just coming over and watching a movie, and maybe you could rub my head? You know, like, ask for what you need here in terms of what your body needs to heal. And remember the power of your own touch. Yeah, there's something really central, because actually I'm seeing this. I wonder if you can see this. I'm being drawn to this person's chest and like torso being open, and then it almost looks like that on this Singer of Healing. Do you see like the chest and the abs, the torso being open? It's almost like exposed, rather, is what I mean. There's something here. I think it's physical. I'm feeling physical healing here, but it could also it could be heart healing, you know, like emotional healing, because we do have the Ace of Cups. But whatever this is, it all feels like, even if there's a surprise, it feels like good energy, because there's a lot of healing here. There's the Ace of Cups, which is the waters of life. It brings new life. And I know y'all have, you know, there's been all this pregnancy popping around. So there could be some surprises there if someone is dealing with that. But it is life-giving. It's bringing new life into the situation. It's bringing fresh waters, refreshed emotions, refreshed heart space, you know, and something very tangible and practical to bring into this world, to bring into creation. 1919 is what I just saw. Hell yeah, that's great. That's the Sun card in the tarot, which is like happiness, illumination. Yes. Amazing. Okay, Taurus, I'm loving this reading for you so far. Now we're going to dig in an extended reading. So if this is resonating with you and you'd like to view that extended, stick around. I'm going to put a little preview of that at the end of this video so that you can see if it's still resonating with you. If it is, click the link below. That's going to take you over to Vimeo, where you can view this extended reading instantly. Okay, so that link will be in the description box below. So Taurus, maybe I'll see you over on Vimeo. If not, thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you are taking very good care of yourself at this time and perhaps also taking good care of others. See you soon. Currently in this mindset of like worrying about something coming up, you know, the delivery of a child or the development of a child or some sort of like healing, maybe like a, you know, like I said earlier, like a surgery type thing, like some sort of healing, some sort of thing happening physically that is going to require some healing. I would say if this is you just like preemptively worrying about it and preemptively imagining all of the scary, worst possible things that could happen, don't do that to yourself. Don't create even more contraction that doesn't need to be there. Even more restriction. Because fear, it's interesting, fear in the body constricts. Fear creates tissue contraction, causes us to cave in on ourselves. Allow yourself to trust.